Let's talk about President Trump's new plan to add 25% tax on imported steel and aluminum. This plan could have major impacts on everything from your car to your phone, and even everyday items like soda cans or bicycles. Here's what you need to know. Steel and aluminum are used in everything: cars, bicycles, soda cans, your phone, and even airplanes you fly in. They are essential materials in construction, technology, and manufacturing, from a frame of your car to screen of your phone. These metals are part of your daily lives. So when they become more expensive, it could mean that things we buy are also going to cost more. The new tax plan, also called a tariff, aims to add 25% tax on steel and aluminum that is imported into the United States. The goal behind this is to protect US steel mills by making it more expensive for foreign countries like China to sell steel and aluminum in the US. This way, American made steel and aluminum could be used for be more competitive and ideal. US factories would produce more metal right here at home. That sounds good, right? More American jobs. But before we get too excited, let's take a deeper look at the effects of this new plan and whether it's as good for the economy as it seems. The plan aims to create more jobs in the US. The hope is that more people will buy from American factories. This will result in steel mills hiring more workers, potentially leading to job growth in these factories. If this works, it could mean a boost for the steel industry and potential rise in wages for the workers involved in producing steel and aluminum in the US. For people living in areas where steel factories are a key part of the economy, this might sound like a win. More jobs in steel mills could lead to stronger local economies and more opportunities for workers who have lost their jobs in manufacturing or other sectors. But there's a flip side to this story. It's not all sunshine and roses. While the steel mills might get a boost, other industries that use these materials could take a hit. Let's take the car industry for example. Car manufacturers use tons of steel and aluminum to build vehicles, but they often buy cheaper imported materials. If those imported materials suddenly become more expensive because of the 25% tax, car manufacturers could find themselves facing higher production costs. This means they might have to increase the prices of their vehicles to cover the cost of the tax. Or even worse, they could lay off workers to offset the financial burden. And it's not just cars. Other industries that depend on steel and aluminum, like bike manufacturers, appliance makers, and even the construction industry, could face higher costs. If companies can't afford to keep paying these extra costs, we could see a slowdown in hiring or even layoffs. Experts predict that we might lose way more jobs in the industries that rely on imported metals that we gain in the steel mills. Here's where things get even trickier. Other countries won't just sit back and take this. They're going to fight back, and that could create a major global trade conflict. When one country slaps a tariff on another's products, the country often retaliates by imposing tariffs of their own on goods coming from the first country. This is called a trade war. For example, Europe might start taxing American-made products like jeans or motorcycles. In fact, in 2018, Europe imposed tariffs on a variety of US products, including bourbon, jeans, and Harley-Davidson motorcycles, as a response to US steel and aluminum tariffs. So while we're trying to protect American industries, other countries could hit back by making US products more expensive abroad. China, another major player in the global trade, could retaliate by targeting American farmers. For example, China might place tariffs on US crops like soybeans or pork. This would hurt American farmers who rely heavily on exports to China. In fact, in 2018, China placed tariffs on $3 billion worth of US products, including agricultural goods, in response to US tariffs on Chinese steel and aluminum. If this happens again, it could hurt the US farmers exporters, leading to job losses in agriculture in 2018 when similar tariffs were imposed under Trump's administration. We saw a rise in the price of cars. According to experts, car prices rose by about $300 each due to the increase in cost of steel and aluminum. It wasn't just car prices, other everyday products like bicycles, appliances, even cans of soup also went up. So what's the overall cost of this plan? Well, if you buy a car, you'll probably pay more for it. If you're in the market for a new bike, appliances, or gadgets, you could find yourself paying little extra. And it's not just the price of things going up. These higher costs could slow down the economic growth as people might not have as much money to spend on other goods and services. So is the plan worth it? Some people say yes. They believe protecting US factories and creating more American jobs is worth the potential higher prices and trade conflicts. They argue that by supporting domestic industries, we can make the US more self sufficient and less reliant on other countries. Others, however, argue that costs are too high. The risk of losing jobs in the industries that use steel and aluminum, combined with the potential of trade wars and higher prices on everyday goods, could hurt more people than it helps. When you weigh the benefits of protecting steel mills against the loss of other sectors, it's not clear that this is the right move for the economy as a whole. So what's your take on this? Should the US impose tariffs on imported steel and aluminum to protect American jobs, even if it means higher prices and trade wars? Or is this too risky move could hurt the economy more than it helps? Drop a comment below with your thoughts. Let's keep the conversation going. This is a big issue that could affect all of us. Thanks for watching.